Let's not talk speculation. Let's talk factulation.
On Wednesday, the Child Monoxide went live on the Twiztid YouTube channel and forgot to delete or private the video. Well, at least long enough for me to capture the footage for this video. It is now gone as of the filming of this video, but don't worry, I got all the clips that I needed before it disappeared. At first in the stream, I had hope, as it seemed he was smoking his joint much more normal than usual.
This ain't no hog's leg. This ain't even a baby's arm.
Next, Anthony Purcell tests his gangsta and challenges him to invade a side stage at the Gathering of the Juggalos.
If you're a real writer, just go. I guess there ain't no real one then. Damn.
He confesses he's not a real Rydas, he is not a real one, and thus will not be taking over any of the stages at the Gathering of the Juggalos. I mean, for them to even get down to a stage... Never mind. Next, the Child Monoxide discusses the possibility of yet another sequel project.
We were talking about something interesting. I blame me slightly with the chain smoker too, but we're like, what if we did Wicked too? You know what I mean? Like, we're just kicking it around. Like,
it was at this point I realized all hope was lost as he returned to smoking his joint in that very bizarre manner. Someone in the chat gives him what I think he assumed was a compliment at first.
I look like 60-year-old Justin Bieber. Shit, I wish. I look more like a 55-year-old Red Skelton.
And he really cracks himself up over a Red Skelton reference.
You know, something more like that.
Next, he talks about their album Abominations, which was the project that caused Twiztid to leave Psychopathic Records.
Abominations is interesting because that marks when we left. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure. The record is fantastic. To me, best fucking record we did. But I think all the hubbub around it and us leaving is what will always make that record stand out to us, not y'all.
He shouts out Anybody Killa and talks about loyalty. The layers of irony here are worth mentioning.
Shouts out to ABK. Y'all know I done know motherfucking Killer for almost 40 years. You can't just be loyal, y'all. As long as you do right by cancer will do right by you forever. Everything in my life is like that. If you're really in my life, you know what I mean? Then you've been it.
Then he talks about the possibility of a new ABK record. On MNE, though?
We do need a new ABK record. Let's go, Killer.
Someone in the chat calls him a salty cracker.
Who is Salty Cracker, Julie?
Next, the Child Monoxide discusses their album Heartbroken and Homicidal and describes the behind the scenes of the making of that album.
Heartbroken and Homicidal, guys, the behind the scenes on that shit was so ugly. So ugly. Like, that's book shit. So ugly, y'all. And you'd be like, why didn't you leave that? And the answer is always you.
He says that the making of Heartbroken and Homicidal was so ugly and suggests that he is perhaps saving that story for a book, a Twiztid tell-all, if you will, and that maybe they should have tried to leave Psychopathic then. Next, he talks about trying to motivate AMB and various other Magic Ninja artists to release music.
AMB album, I told them motherfuckers, last time I told them was Astronomicon. Like, you guys are here, everybody's hyped, you need to fucking drop something now. Don't go home and record 12 songs. Get something out now while your fire's burning. Now, love the gather, like you can't make people do shit. I told every MNE artist that was at Astro, that very thing. Like, hey, man, it's buzzing. People are buzzing. Be ready, drop a song. Come to that motherfucker ready. I had a record. I ain't have to come with a song. Stop being an asshole. I can be an asshole. Don't come at me like that.
The Child Monoxide brags about a certain someone hitting him up.
You know what I heard from today? That was dope as fuck. Murky League.
Might want to pick up that name you just dropped.
Just hit us up. It was like, hey, man, that was dope.
He also shares his 23andMe results.
You know what I just found out? I found out I'm 46% Czechoslovakian. That's crazy, right?
And has an unk moment when a super chat alert chimes.
And I'm like 30% Sicilian. from Palermo. That's just crazy. I don't know what just happened. I can't see, but it was that noise. And usually that noise happens, I gotta pull a boob out or something.
Next, the Child Monoxide's call to action to have his audience motivate.
Y'all better start going after these motherfuckers. His album, AMD album, everybody album. Go tell them. Because me telling them doesn't matter. They don't care what I say. They think I'm old and I don't know what I'm talking about. And they're amazed that I've been in the game for 30 years and still going strong. I'm just trying to tell people. That's it. Put your own game. Everybody can't be me and Jamie.
He's humble too. Well, everyone can't be humble. I'm not sure what kind of DNA test he took, but
did the DNA test hurt? Only when I had to pull it out. Because it's like a syringe, but it has these pointed ends. You stick it right up the ass part, right in the eye of the ass. You go right in it. You're going to put that in there. You're going to twist it around 4 or 5 times until you see that blood trickle. Then you rip it out, you shove that in a solution, and you send it.
And when asked directly in the chat if he's ever doing the Gathering again,
Game day, never.
And finally, when asked about the possibility of doing Diet Lotus or Bootleg Rydas on tour,
Sinner, we might. We talked about it.
he says they might. Now, quite a lot to unpack here. ABK dropping an album on MNE, talking in very vague terms once again about behind-the-scenes turmoil, his seeming frustrations over trying to motivate the MNE roster, saying he would never do the Gathering again, floating the possibility of a Diet Lotus and or Bootleg Rydas performances, and last but not least, his bizarre joint smoking technique. Let me know what you think about any and all of this in the comments. This and more on Humble Among broadcast system number 191 coming soon. Be advised. Make sure you hit the like gimmick on this video, but only if you really liked it, and hit the subscribe gimmick to really screw up the algorithm. Thank you very much. I love you. Whoop whoop.
Not signs are hoes.